Good Morning SKN. I'm Jamie Morris.
And I'm Cortensia Carty. Welcome to our Hump Day show. We hope that we can get you over that hump safely and enjoyably today. We go now to the latest in local news. This from a press release by the Embassy of St. Kitts and Nevis in Taiwan. During a ceremony held at the Kaohsiung Public Library on March 27, 2023, St. Kitts and Nevis resident ambassador to Taiwan, His Excellency Donya L. Francis, handed over a total of 6 books to the library director, Lin Guan Yu. Francis said, and quote, "These books were written by some of our most creative writers who have sought to preserve and present our cultural heritage and history and experiences. Great books to read and learn about our paradise," end quote. The 6 books donated were My ABC Book about St. Kitts and Nevis by Carissa Kelly, Omalu Visit by Kimon Archibald Lake, Carol Otley Michel's Masquerade Dance, An Adventure at Brimstone Hill, and The Final Passage and Distant Shore written by Cara Phillips. Ambassador Francis explained that as an English-speaking nation, the government and people of St. Christopher and Nevis have promised and committed to assisting Taiwan with the realization of its 2030 bilingual nation goal.
And in other news from One Media SKN, the Department of Gender Affairs Nevis recognized 7 women who have been making significant contributions to the island of Nevis in varying sectors. The International Women's Month awardees 2023 are Diana Brown for the category of Digital Economy, Kenesha Lewis in the category of Green Economy, Melissa Allen in the category of Blue Economy, and Tamesia Lestrade in the category of Orange Economy. Deslyn Johnson was the recipient of the Minister's Award for the Empowerment and the Protection of Families. Kimberly Evelyn Lazarus received the award in the category of Women in Non-Traditional Roles, while Dr. Kamara Louisi received the award in the category of Women in Science. The award ceremony held on Saturday, March 25th. Guest speaker, Akira Elliott, a teenager involved in technology, more specifically a St. Kitts Nevis Robotics Association member, expressed that women are capable of making significant contributions across all sectors.
Great news. Our third story comes from Win Media SKN. Tony Gonzalez, Regional Field Officer for Gideon International, took a mission trip to the camps in St. Kitts and Nevis. According to Gonzalez, the purpose of his visit was to encourage camp members to continue the great work with vision and faith, to provide training to Gideons and auxiliary members so that the outreach and work of the ministry may continue to move forward according to the Gideon guidelines and make an impact for eternity. To visit local pastors to establish and enhance relationships, and also to create a pastors event to distribute scriptures with camp members and sign up new Gideons and auxiliary members. In Nevis, the activities included the distribution of scriptures to the Alexandra Hospital, the main healthcare facility on the island, as well as a dinner meeting with prospective members and pastors. About 20 pastors and their wives, as well as other invited guests, were in attendance. In St. Kitts, Gonzalez did a scripture placement at all police stations on the island. He distributed testaments to all officers on duty and also prayed for them. In addition, Gonzalez paid a church visit to the Norwich Holiness Church in Basseterre, where he spoke about the work of the Gideons and also presented the gospel on Sunday, March 26th.
Time now for a check of our local weather. It will be partly cloudy with a high of 82 and a low of 73 degrees Fahrenheit. Take a look at your forecast as we head to a break. We're GMSKN in a few moments.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. Time now for regional news list from Leap Caribbean. Barbados has recorded its first case of methamphetamine or meth, and health authorities are warning members of the public to avoid the drug at all costs, since it could lead to their death. Methamphetamine, a strong and highly addictive drug, is a potent central nervous system stimulant that is mainly used as a recreational drug and less commonly as a second-line treatment for attention deficit hyperactivity disorder and obesity. Home Affairs and Information Minister Wilfred Abrams, who confirmed the presence of the drug on the island, described meth as a serious situation that is of great concern to the authorities. However, Abrams pointed out that meth use and its misuse went beyond the devastating effects on individual health, as it also impacted poor communities, causing new waves of crime, unemployment, child neglect or abuse, and other social problems. So hopefully they nip that in the bud there in Barbados.
Indeed. On the international scene, our news comes from CNN. Digital payments and lending firm Latitude Holdings said on Monday that 7.9 million Australian and New Zealand drivers' license numbers were stolen in a large-scale information theft. Apart from the driver's license number stolen, the Australian fintech firm also identified about 53,000 passport numbers that were stolen, and fewer than 100 customers had a monthly financial statement stolen. A further 6.1 million records dating back to at least 2005 were also stolen. The Melbourne-based company said, adding that customers who chose to replace their stolen ID will be reimbursed. CEO Amit Fahor said, and quote, "We are rectifying platforms impacted in the attack and have implemented additional security monitoring as we return to operations in the coming days," end quote. Several Australian firms have reported cyber attacks over the past few months, and experts say this is due to an understaffed cybersecurity industry in the country. Folks, there you have it for regional and international news. We have so much in store for you today. Stay tuned.
Cheers.
An exotic experience.
What will it take to grab the attention of someone with the power to make your dream come true? 7 hopeful entrepreneurs in search of the finances necessary to take their ideas to the next level.
This is their lives, right? This is their business.
4 savvy business owners ready to make a pragmatic investment.
You can't help people if you can't help yourself. First, you make the dollar and you give the dollar.
Why you take your business offline?
I really feel that you need to do a little bit more research.
Very knowledgeable. Super knowledgeable.
You have a great idea and a great concept. I think you'd be snapped up by Disney.
If you have a job someplace, it means that if something is not working, you can walk away.
Who will invest?
Let's do this. Let's do this.
Thank you. And who will be sent home with nothing? I am your host, Kevin Hope.
Yo, what up? It's your boy and Richie right here at Studio 327. I'm here to give you the promo that you guys need because this is something special for St. Kitts. I'm telling you, tune in to Good Morning SKN, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on YouTube, Facebook, and on Moment Channel 4. Also, I realize nobody else is doing this. Follow the Good Morning SKN Instagram at Good Morning SKN and the Studio 327 Inc. Instagram. Follow us on YouTube and Facebook. This is pretty long, but follow us and yeah.
Greetings, my lovely people. I'm Chantel, residing in Taiwan. 12 hours time difference. It's nighttime here, morning time in SK. I'm busy and on the go. However, I always manage to keep up to date with what's happening in SK. All thanks to Good Morning SKN. Good morning SKN. Ciao, bango!
The annual Nevis to St. Kitts cross-channel swim was held on Sunday, the 26th of March, where athletes swam the 2.5-mile distance between Uwali Beach, Nevis, across the channel to Cockashall Bay, St. Kitts. Today, we have the pleasure of speaking with Nevis Aquatic and Sailing Center athletes that participated in the cross-channel swim. They are members of Bring It swim team, and certainly they lived up to their name as they placed in the top 3 in the under-19 category. We're honored to welcome Coach James Weeks and swimmers Skylar Connor, Jazzle Connor, and Justin Williams to Good Morning SKN. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, so you have to tell us whether or not you're still on a high from that competition. And since I know that young people can be kind of shy, I'm going to start with you, Giselle. Are you still experiencing a high?
Huh?
Are you still on a high from that competition?
Yes.
You got to explain that to me now. It's not just
so.
Very much. What did you like about it?
I enjoyed the excitement of the waves and it's just so much excitement I could.
The waves, she said, wow.
And I'm betting, Skylar, that you are also on a high. Did you train hard for this one, or was it just, like smooth sailing for you, no pun intended?
Well, I trained very hard. I tried not to miss any practices, and I was very excited for it.
All right,
enjoyed the marine life.
The marine life and what were you saying?
The marine life, like the turtles and the stingrays, because I saw quite a few.
Oh, wow, that must have been really interesting as you swam. Love that. Justin, what about you? How was the swim? Justin, can you hear us? Okay, tell us about the swim. How was it for you? Oh, I think you're muted, Justin. All right, so Justin appears to be muted. Justin, I'll get back to you in a second. We'll move on and I'll get back to you.
So Coach Weeks, congratulations to you and your swimmers on a job well done, as your name is the Bring It swim team. So how was preparations? How proud are you of your swimmers?
The first preparation was very good. I was keeping a nice session plan going, so that they wouldn't peak too early, and neither would they get burned out during the training. So it was well designed leading up to the event. So during the course of the preparation, I make sure that I'll pay special attention to their confidence, not just the skill level, but the confidence, because sometimes your skill level is perfect, but your confidence is shattered. It's not there. It's just as good as you not being well prepared. So mentally, I make sure that they're ready for it. Physically, I make sure that they can endure it. and overall I make sure that they were a complete package ready to fit and to approach this swim.
Lovely.
All right, Justin, we're going to try you again. Can you hear us? All right, well, we can't hear you. Can you say that again, Justin? We want to test it this time. Okay, I think you're muted. So we're going to try to get that sorted out, and we'll proceed with the conversation. But see if you can figure it out, Justin. I think you are muted. Maybe somebody can help you in the background to figure that out. All right? All right, so as we move on, Coach, you have to explain to us what the training has been like with the Bring It swim team, because obviously I hear you say you prepare them physically, you prepare them mentally, you wanted to make sure that they had skill and confidence. What did that look like when you were training? Walk us through that if you can.
Well, first, what I would give them certain challenges to do. Like one of the challenges I did, I know that the weeks leading up to that, the water was kind of treacherous. So I would take them like 1 kilometer out. During the time, it was worse than it was on Sunday. And have them just stay there and see how they would be able to, man their stations and how they would approach it, how they would survive it. What is it, what they would show me during the time they were out there in those kind of wind and waves. And then that would give me an indication as to how prepared they are mentally and physically, because if during the training they were kind of iffy and wondering still, then I would have to make some adjustments based on what I saw. So it's not just like, okay, I know that they're strong. I want to make sure that when they see waves, when they're in the currents, they don't start thinking like, okay, this is not good, and try to get away from it. But I wanted them to be very, prepared, so that when they feel the current and when they feel waves and all that, they just know how to adjust themselves to suit. So I would teach them, how do you cut the current? What happens if you do get a cramp? What do you do? Because if nobody is there, how do you fix that? How do you continue? What should you do? What should you think? So that if and when those kind of situations occur, you don't need somebody to tell you anything. You don't start to panic and try to climb into a boat or a wave or something. You know how to make the adjustment and carry on.
Thank you for that. We're going to continue this discussion in a brief moment. Sit tight, guys. More GMSKN in a flash.
Yo, what up? It's your boy N Richie right here at Studio 327. I'm here to give you the promo that you guys need, because this is something special for St. Kitts. I'm telling you, tune in to Good Morning SKN, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on YouTube, Facebook, and on Moment Channel 4. Also, I realize nobody else is doing this. Follow the Good Morning SKN Instagram at Good Morning SKN, and the Studio 327 Inc. Instagram. Follow us on YouTube and Facebook. This is pretty long, but follow us, and yeah.
Dreamy Decor specializes in flowers for all events, from birthdays to weddings and any other special occasion. What's a better way to express to the people you love than by providing the finest selection of beautiful flowers and gifts? So when you think of flowers, think of us, Dreamy Decor.
We warmly welcome Coach James Weeks and swimmers Skylar Connor, Giselle Connor, and Justin Williams back to Good Morning SKN as we continue this engaging conversation. So swimmers, it's to you now. So Justin, we're going to begin with you. Why did you join the Bring It swim team, and was this your first competition with them?
The reason I joined swimming was because I cleared a potential in me. And the reason, this isn't my first time, this will be my second time doing the cross chance.
So did you do better this time than you did the first time?
Yes, very much.
Oh, nice. Congratulations on that. So I'm going to start with Skylar. Why did you join the team, and was that your first swim across the channel?
I joined the swim team because I never really thought of myself swimming, so I decided to start it just to see how it felt. And this is not my first competition with the Bring It Swim team. This is my second time doing the cross channel swim.
Okay. Giselle?
Yes.
The same question for you. So why did you join Okay, go ahead.
I started the Bring It Swim team because my sister started, and when I was watching my sister train, I would watch on the beach, and that inspired me to join the Bring It Swim team. And this is my first cross-channel swim, but I have done competitions before with Bring It Swim team.
Go to another cross-channel swim in the future?
Yes,
okay,
very much. And
go ahead.
And I am excited for more, and to improve myself every time.
Good stuff.
All right, so I know that all of you heard the coach talk about the way that he trained you and he put you basically out in the middle of nowhere to see how you would cope with that. I want to hear from you about your experiences going through that during the training, not necessarily the day of the swim, but what were some of your challenges? Were you frightened at all? Justin, since you spoke least just now, let's start with you. When coach dropped you out, he's like, you're in the middle of nowhere. How did you handle that in preparation for the event?
For me, I kept a positive mindset while I saw turtles and some jellyfish. I kept that positive mindset and that courage to continue.
That's an interesting mindset that you have. It's quite creative, in fact. Okay, Skylar, what about you?
When I was training, the water was very murky because leading up to it, the water was not that good. But I couldn't see the bottom, so that freaked me out a little bit. But on the day, it was very nice and clear, and then I continued. I loved it that day.
Okay, that's awesome. I don't know why. I know that you won. It's great to focus on that. I'm focusing on the fear aspect of this thing. You couldn't see the water. Giselle, let's talk about you, because you were training at the same time with Skyla. So were there any things that occurred that kind of made you a little frightened, or, you know?
During the swim, I got freaked out because of the waves kept on tossing me over and over because the current was very strong. And that made me scared, and I started to panic. And luckily, my father was close by on a kayak. So he gave me some water and told me to breathe and calm down.
So that strategy worked well for you, and it helped you on the day of the competition, I bet, didn't it?
Yes.
All right, great.
Yes.
So I'm going to continue along the same path that Jamie has been on. Did anybody cramp during the swim? And how did you deal with that? Ooh. So Giselle, you cramped?
I cramped my toes a bit.
Oh wow.
But I just kept on. I slowed my kick, and I continued.
Oh, so that's the trick. Okay, you taught me something new today. Nice.
All right, so we're on the day of the competition, and you are, I imagine you can see everybody else competing. What are the thoughts going through your mind? Were you always ahead of the competition? If not, what did you do to catch up? What was going on? And anybody can speak about that. Justin, you want to take it? Oh, Justin, I'm having difficulty hearing you again. All right. Let's try Giselle. Justin, we'll try to figure you out. Giselle?
Okay. I was thinking about, during the swim, I was thinking about winning. I was thinking about the trophies, and that made me push forward. And every time I would look up to breathe, and I would see a green cap for my age group, I would sprint and then pass that person, and then repeat that every time.
Nice. I like that.
Coach, is that something that you taught them to do, or did that just come naturally to them?
Well, what I normally tell them is everybody's a friend before your event. You chat, you laugh, you enjoy each other. But as soon as they get to starting line, those same people become your enemy because you're all going after the same thing. And it's not going to be shared. There are no gifts in swimming. You repeat that to them all the time. There are no gifts in swimming. You want it, you got to work for it.
Wow, I like that.
So you don't just approach things and expect any gift from anybody. You want it, you go after it. You got to work hard for it because nothing comes easy. So I try to kind of like train them for races, prepare them for races, but at the same time, I'm preparing them for life.
Well, that's a very valuable lesson to
The quotations I would say to them is not just for racing, but it's for them to use throughout their lifetime.
So is there healthy competition amongst themselves in the group, in their age group as well? Is the same thing?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Same thing goes the same way. Look, what I do with them during training is that I train them as a team, and I also train them individually.
Okay.
As a team, meaning you are your brother's keeper. That's the team spirit.
Yes.
Individually, you're going to be different to the next person beside you, next to you, on your right, on your left. I think, look, the person on your right is your enemy. The person on the left is your enemy. As a team, you guys are one force. If you mess up as a team, you mess up the entire team. If you mess up individually, you got to find and make your corrections quickly. So if we are doing certain drills and so on, and one person mess up, everybody gets punishment because you got to approach it as a team. And when one person gets a big punishment, everybody got to share in that punishment. Say, for instance, somebody did something that, really is a no-no. That individual would get like 100, 200 push-ups. But at the same time, even though that person is the one that made the error, I said to them, look, your teammate just screwed up and they have 200 push-ups. You guys are a team, you figure it out. Then what they would do is decide how many of them are going to do how many push-ups. I'm going to do 5, I'm going to do 20, I'll do 30, till they get to the amount that single individual has to do. They all work together and get the 200 push-ups. I don't care how many this individual does. I just want at the end of the time, I want my 200 push-ups.
Nice.
Has anybody ever gotten 200 push-ups and done 50-50, or however you cut it, 80-80? Is that doable for you guys? Have you shared it evenly?
Looking at Giselle's face, she looked like she got it. Giselle?
Yes, I have done that.
Okay.
At that time, it was 70 push-ups.
70? 70?
Yes, and I shared it with my.
Okay.
Okay.
That's great. Okay, Justin, we're going to see if we get you back now. I want to talk to you about your final times and obviously your placements in the under 19 category. So, Justin, what was your final time? Wow, Justin, I don't know what's happening this morning, but we seem to be having audio issues. So, okay, let's go to Giselle. And Coach, you can give us Justin's time in case he can't do it for us, but let's go to Giselle first.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Your final time in the under 19 category. What was your final time?
My final time was 1 hour 40. Yes. And I was supposed to beat 1 hour and 51, and I beat it by 11 minutes.
And that's great, actually. Awesome. What about you, Skylar?
My time I got this year was 124, and the time I had to try to beat was my old time, 151.
You did excellent. Congratulations.
And Coach, yeah, that's definitely remarkable indeed. Coach, what can you tell us about Justin's time?
Justin's time was 116.
116,
Yeah,
you
one hour
said?
16. Yeah, 116.
So he came
The
first in his
last time he would
category.
have done. Yes.
Oh,
He was
congratulations,
first in his
Justin.
category, and I think he was. I think he was top 10. If I something correctly.
And you were saying,
something
Coach,
like
the
that.
last time? You were telling us about the last time he swam.
Yeah, his last time I think was 134, 130 something.
Wow.
So what I did with each one of them is I told them, I said, listen, you guys have to be faster than your previous time by 5 minutes. If you are not faster by 5 minutes, you all owe me 100 push-ups. Now, after the 5 minutes, every 10 minutes after that, every 10 minutes you take off from your time, after the 5 minutes, you all earn $20.
See Giselle's face with a bright smile. So Giselle, you got your $20.
Hands of clean money.
Coach, you have not held up your end of the bargain?
Oh yes. I'm waiting for the correct time to start dish. I'm gonna probably dish it out on Saturday because we got a nice eat and drink session on Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah. Golden Rock is actually providing lunch for all the swimmers.
Okay,
of the
lovely.
Bini team that participated in the cross swim. So Saturday noon, that's where they're gonna be able to eat and drink and be merry.
And be paid.
And be paid without the parents. Without the parents, because the parents didn't swim.
Okay.
The parents didn't swim, so they're gonna have their lunch just with them and the coach.
Okay.
Are you guys looking forward to that? I know you worked hard for it. So you guys looking forward to that? Yeah.
Well,
thumbs up.
Yeah, I know Scala and I are very much excited for lunch.
Ooh.
All right. So in our final moments, guys, what advice do you have for younger people who want to participate in the Nevis to St. Kitts cross-channel swim? What would you tell them?
I would tell them that you can achieve whatever you want to achieve, and with the right amount of training and the right diet, I am pretty sure you can definitely swim.
Skylar? We still can't hear Justin.
I would say for anyone aspiring to do the swim that you just go for it. Have the right mindset, train hard, do what. If you really want to do it, then you can accomplish anything you put your mind to.
All right, Justin, we can't hear you, but you're going to give me a thumbs up if you agree with everything that your teammates said. Awesome, we get 2 thumbs up. All right. And Coach, what about you? Any advice?
Well, in one word, and then I'll explain it. Bring it.
I like that.
Interesting name for the team. We didn't even talk about it, but yes.
Yeah, but then like the kids say, it's all about desire, dedication. Once you put those things together, desire, determination, and dedication, there's nothing that can stand in your way that you can't move. Because all you gotta do is get the right percentage of each one. Normally, I ask, like, during the time, the swimming, I go like, how bad do you want it? Because if you want it bad, you're gonna work hard. Because sometimes they're like, oh, my ribs hurt, my shoulder hurt, my back hurt, my legs hurt. I say, yes, they're all gonna hurt, but everybody else is suffering. So how bad do you want it? And that's what encourages people to excel. If you just feel like you alone is suffering, you're gonna give up. But everybody is suffering because they all want to win. But who wants it most? That's the one that's gonna win. Because apart from you being skillful or fast, it comes down to a mental state. Because giving up is just there knocking all the time. because you're in pain. But the longer you can endure and hold it mentally, that's when you break barriers. Because you can only be strong enough so far, fast enough so far. But when all those things start to fatigue, your mind has to take it the rest of the way. So I always work on their mindset. Keep the mind strong, everything else will be stronger.
Definitely so. Oh, well, apparently we also have to congratulate, again, instructor Lynn Edgar and also Sailor Scott Miller for participating and completing the swim. And this is a great accomplishment indeed, and we're congratulating all of you guys as well. Yes. We also understand that Troy Nisbet placed third as well. So, you know what, this is a great performance of your team. Bring it, all right? And everybody else who participated with you.
Oh, yeah.
The enemies that you're seeing as you're out there, all right? I can't wait to see what you guys do the next time
yes,
you do this.
Indeed.
I like the way that you're improving with your times. Obviously, the strategy is working, and you guys are so focused. I can only imagine what you'll do the next time the swim comes around. So I'm wishing you all the best. Keep up the good work, and enjoy your meal at Golden Rock on Saturday. Make sure you get paid. You can send us photos of the $20 that you receive from Coach, okay? All right. Thank you so much, guys. We'll talk to you later.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye. More GMS SKN in a moment. Stay tuned.
What will it take to grab the attention of someone with the power to make your dream come true? 7 hopeful entrepreneurs in search of the finances necessary to take their ideas to the next level.
This is their lives, right? This is their business.
4 savvy business owners ready to make a pragmatic investment.
You can't help people if you can't help yourself. First you make the dollar and you give the dollar.
Why you take your business offline?
I really feel that you need to do a little bit more research.
Very knowledgeable. Super knowledgeable.
You have a great idea and a great concept. I think you'd be snapped up by Disney.
If you have a job someplace, it means that if something is not working, you can walk away.
Who will invest?
Let's do this. Let's do this.
Thank you. And who will be sent home with nothing? I am your host, Kevin Hope.
Dreamy Decor specializes in flowers for all events, from birthdays to weddings and any other special occasion. What's a better way to express to the people you love than by providing the finest selection of beautiful flowers and gifts? So when you think of flowers, think of us, Dreamy Decor.
Yeah.
An exotic experience.
Yo, what up? It's your boy and Richie right here at Studio 327. I'm here to give you the promo that you guys need because this is something special for St. Kitts. I'm telling you, tune in to Good Morning SKN, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on YouTube, Facebook, and on Moment Channel 4. Also, I realize nobody else is doing this. Follow the Good Morning SKN Instagram at Good Morning SKN and the Studio 327 Inc. Instagram. Follow us on YouTube and Facebook. This is pretty long, but follow us and yeah.
Good morning, SKN. Wagwan. Yo, this Ben's Lad coming to you live from Jamaica. You see it, go already. See me. I say Caribbean people stand up and I love this. This show is very important. You understand me? Yeah, man. Studio 327. Ben's Lad. So big up. See me, I say. I'm the whole innocent crew. Yeah, man. More love.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. Today is World Piano Day. This day, March 29th, was chosen for this celebration as it is the 88th day of the day, equivalent to the number of keys on this beloved instrument. The piano is a timeless instrument with a rich history of bringing music to life with its delicate sound, which has brought many of us joy over the years. So, Jamie, have you played the piano before?
Well, I think it's the 88th day of the year, but apart from that...
88th day of the day of the... Oh, yeah, I got you. 80. Of the year, yeah. Thanks for the correction, Jamie.
Alrighty. Yeah, I have. And I actually enjoyed it. What about you?
No, I only played it at... Well, I can't say... Can I say no, and then can I come in with that I had a little plong-plong? But no, not the big... Not the professional one. Let me say.
Okay.
I had the little one with the little numbers and the music sign and the ABC and whatever. And
okay.
Yeah, but professionally, no. Not at all. So, I've asked Jamie the question. And he says he has played and he does enjoy piano music. So in any event, World Piano Day is a great day to learn more about the piano. And that is exactly what we're going to do. So join us here. Why am I putting in words? So join us as we unravel some interesting facts about the plong, 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 the piano. The piano. Wow, so the piano was invented by Bartolomeo Cristofori. I think I got that correct. In the early 1700s in Italy. Nice. Ooh, I like his curls.
And we proceed with some more interesting facts, I presume. So there's Cristofori.
Cristofori.
The word piano is the shortened version of the word pianoforte, which means soft and loud. So they're combined. We know that we get those different sounds.
Yeah.
Especially the professional piano players, they know exactly how to do that.
Jeez. Especially when I go
using the pedals and all of that.
Wow. So do you intend to play organ someday?
Not at all.
Okay. Figure once you play the piano, you'll be inclined to play the bigger instruments as they go up. Like I admire those persons who play those huge church pianos. My gosh. Wow. Oh, piano is actually named after Cristofori. Nice. A new piano should be tuned 4 times a year to adjust to its new environment and changing seasons. After the first year, tuning twice a year is sufficient. Never knew that.
I suppose you'd have to have a piano or be exposed to piano players and playing to know that. Or just have an interest in the piano.
Or what if when you buy the piano, you're told that? It's funny enough, you have to change it 4 times a year. So it kind of changes with the seasons, I wonder. Anyway, that's just my assumption. So this is the guy tuning.
And we have more piano facts to share with you.
So standard pianos have a total of 88 black and white keys, but some can have more or less.
The piano has the widest range of tones of all instruments with a range of more than 7 octaves. Well, that's a whole lot of range.
You needed a piano in here for me to, plunk some keys. Say a little happy birthday, because I think that's the only song I learned on my little tiny piano I got as a kid. The piano is an incredibly intricate instrument. It has over 12,000 parts, 10,000 of which are moving. Wow. My word.
Most grand pianos have over 200 strings, which hold up to 20 tons of tension. All right.
The piano can be considered both a string and percussion instrument. Technically speaking, it is a stringed instrument, played percussively as hammers inside its strike strings inside to produce sound.
The largest piano ever made weighs 1.4 tons and is 5.7 meters long. The piano was made by Adrian Mann, a New Zealand piano tuner.
Ooh. Wow. Yeah, that's long. The top almost looked like a box. Yeah. Here you go, guy. Most expensive piano ever sold was for $3.22 million. The piano, which is entirely made of crystal and garnered worldwide attention during its use in the 2008 Olympic Games. Do I remember this? Oh, nice. Kind of almost looked like it disappeared. Wow.
While there are 88 keys for your fingers, you must also use your feet to play pedals in order to get the full range on the piano.
Those look like nicely shined shoes. Wow. The average piano weighs just over 750 pounds, with some larger models coming in around 1,400 pounds and some smaller models at around 300 pounds. Aww. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the interesting facts about World Piano Day. I sure learned a lot. Let us know in the comment section if you knew these facts before today. And stay tuned. Much more after this short break.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
Yo, what up? It's your boy N Richie right here at Studio 327. I'm here to give you the promo that you guys need because this is something special for St. Kitts. I'm telling you, tune in to Good Morning SKN, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on YouTube, Facebook, and on Moment Channel 4. Also, I realize nobody else is doing this. Follow the Good Morning SKN Instagram at Good Morning SKN and the Studio 327 Inc. Instagram. Follow us on YouTube and Facebook. This is pretty long, but follow us and yeah.
What will it take to grab the attention of someone with the power to make your dream come true? 7 hopeful entrepreneurs in search of the finances necessary to take their ideas to the next level.
This is their lives, right? This is their business.
4 savvy business owners ready to make a pragmatic investment.
You can't help people if you can't help yourself. First you make the dollar and you give the dollar.
Why you take your business offline?
I really feel that you need to do a little bit more research.
Very knowledgeable. Super knowledgeable.
You have a great idea and a great concept. I think you'd be snapped up by Disney.
If you have a job someplace, it means that if something is not working, you can walk away.
Who will invest?
Let's do this. Let's do this.
Thank you. And who will be sent home with nothing? I am your host, Kevin Hope.
Good morning, this is Carol from Lux Carnival, and I listen to Good Morning SKN.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. It's time for us to loosen up, and today, Hortensia and I will be sharing some thoughts on the question, do all problems have solutions?
I would like to think so. What do you say? Alrighty then.
First of all, you have to identify the problem. And problems are not always easily identified. And problems can also be identified from our perspectives. And so, if you are in a group setting, for instance, you might say something is a problem and other people might say it's not. So, that's an impasse, not necessarily a problem that everybody sees needing a solution.
Okay.
So, status quo me. Continue.
Alrighty, so when faced with a problem, it's always important to put time and energy to find a solution. So as you mentioned before, initially you see the problem, but the other persons that you're trying to see that there's a problem, they're not seeing it the same as you see it. But how do you get them to see the problem, especially if they're strong-headed?
Not my job. The fact is, just because I see something as a problem doesn't mean that it is a problem. Because someone says something that's not a problem doesn't mean it's not a problem either. So I suppose there would have to be communication or whatever. But you know what, who cares? Who has time for communication? Everybody's so busy doing what they got to do.
But if we don't communicate, how can we solve it?
No, you're fine with the way things are, that's all. So there's no problem.
No.
And that happens a lot, right?
No.
It does happen all the time.
We have to communicate in order to solve problems, because we even see, if we have a problem at school, amongst students, in order to solve the problem, we have to talk to both of them, right? And we have to get to, so how do we get to the root of the problem?
There might not be a problem, Hortensia. It's the way that different parties see it. So there might not be
But there's an issue, there's an obvious issue amongst them. So they keep bickering, we're trying to prevent it from developing into this grand finale of a fight one day, with everybody cheering on their...
It depends on the personalities. Trust me, Hortensia, not everything ends in a fight.
All right, I try.
In any event. All right, so we're asking the question, do all problems have solutions? Obviously, you know what my perspective is. First of all, the problem has to be identified and appreciated by the people who are going to be affected by the problem. Without admitting that there is a problem, then it won't ever get to the point of looking for a solution, at least one that is amicable or favorable to all parties. In any event, if you already identify the problem, you know that the problem exists, it does take time to find the right solution. And sometimes that cannot be done right away either. Some problems need to be solved in iteration.
Yeah.
So you deal with different aspects of the problem incrementally.
Yeah, indeed. Wow. Is there only one solution to a problem? I don't think so. There are various ways as Jamie would have said when we started. He might see the problem, but I might not see the problem. I'm going to use myself as the example, and so forth and so forth. So there is not one solution to the problem, because if I didn't see the problem the way he saw the problem, then my solution may differ than his. So there is always more. I would say there are several solutions to a problem.
Oh yeah, there are. There are always several solutions. Some might not be favorable.
I know. I was just going to say that.
Equally, but there's definitely some solutions, multiple solutions. Sometimes we teach that in school as well. There's more than one way to solve the problem that you have. Although the solution that you have might pretty much look the same way, the way that you get there could also be very different. So the path to a solution could be different. Indeed. Sometimes it leads to a different solution. Other times it might be a similar solution with different characteristics.
Indeed. We have this thing that we say, Jamie, I'm going to love you from over here. Because sometimes some problems aren't worth the time and effort, right? Or having the communication or having whatever. So you'll be like, yeah, I'm going to love you from over here. But should we really encourage that type of behavior, though?
Yes, absolutely. Keep your peace intact.
So I'm going to love you from
absolutely.
over here.
Absolutely correct, Hortensia.
Wow.
Distance makes the heart grow fonder.
Oh, not in that way.
Absolutely.
For real.
Absolutely.
Oh, wow. Okay.
The question is, are all problems worth the time and effort that one thinks is required to solve them? And quite frankly, no. I'm going to tell you that right now. I don't think that they are. There are just some things that are not worth your time and they're not worth your effort. So why even bother?
It is a problem.
Accept and move on.
It's a problem.
Yes, but you're not responsible for fixing the problem, are you? You might be a part of it, but if you're not responsible for fixing the problem, then why would you even devote time and effort to it after you realize that, hey, maybe it's not even seen as a problem? Keep moving. Enjoy your life and deal with what you have control over. And that's exactly what I do.
Wow.
There's merit in that. Absolute merit.
I'm trying not to encourage a culture of love you from over there.
No, sometimes you have to. Are you kidding? I don't want to love you from over here. I'm going to kill you if you come over here. So you stay over there. That's fine. Distance makes the heart grow fonder. Or at least...
absence.
Keeps everything the
Jamie
way that it needs to be.
Oh, so then when the person heart grow fonder and then they want to come back and because of the distance and what's going to happen?
That has nothing to do with me. That's a problem that I won't ever need to solve. So that works. That's a problem that you identify, not one that I identify. I might like it the way that.
So what if now I understand what you were saying, right, Jamie? And now I see the problem. Because before I couldn't see the problem because I thought you were the problem, right?
It's too late. Well, aren't I always the problem? It's very easy to blame me, right? So there you go. Let's go. Let's make me the problem. That works.
You are always the problem?
Well, depending on whom you ask, the perception being what it is.
So who can I ask?
I don't know. Okay. Ask anybody that you want to. Who cares? Because they might not see it as a problem. I don't even think I'm worth the time or the conversation.
Wow.
In any event. Yeah.
And this is my thing. This is why we have problem solvers that include counselors, that include friends, that includes family, that includes the ombudsman that we had yesterday. See, problem solvers. So I don't understand. Even pastor can say, Brother Jamie, you need to pray about it. And maybe the Lord will show you the right path to take.
I love how we plasters on sore. Wow. There's something called healing. You don't need to put a plaster on it. By the time you go back, by the time you go back to the wound, you make it worse. Mm-hmm. There's no wound. There's a little slight. There's no wound. Leave it alone. It works. Everything is perfect the way it is. Be the ostrich. Wow. There is no problem. Some of us navigate like that.
So stick your head in a hole?
Absolutely. That's the only way you survive sometimes.
But I can understand the analogy with some of the wounds that don't need covering, because if you cover a burn, then you make it worse, right? But you see, it's like covering, because then you're not dealing with it.
It's not my job to deal with it.
I give up.
If it's your job to solve a particular problem, you solve your problem. One of the reasons we get into messes is that people don't stick to what they ought to do. You get me?
Wow.
So do what you have to do. It works well. It's like a well-oiled machine. It's perfect the way it is. Because the minute you get out of place,
There's no such
the
thing as
problem is
perfect.
that you're going to be like, I don't know, something that pops up to be hammered, like, with the part of the piano that we talked about. So, listen to me. Experience teaches you a lot of things. There are some problems that are actually not problems for both parties, and so you just go your separate ways. There are some problems that are not worth mentioning because they're not really problems, and there are just some problems that create an impasse. And again, what I said first, so it applies. I'm not going to be solving problems that have nothing to do with me per se in a personal sphere, but if it has to do with my community or something like that, a global issue, definitely so. And we can find solutions to these things. Climate change being certain things, perhaps we can't stop it, but we can definitely slow it down. People are looking for solutions, diseases, etc., those types of things. The basic level types of things, interpersonal types of things or whatever, I don't have time for it. I really don't. So I'm not going to be dealing with your issue that would be projected onto me. No, I just don't have time for that. That's not a problem that I want to devote my time to. Something that affects the wider community in a good way. If you solve it, that to me is worth my time and effort.
So anything that's that isn't gonna be beneficial to one's life, it's not about. Nobody got time for that.
I'm not about persuading people to perceive things that I see when they don't see it. You do.
And I get that, but that's why I was asking you if they eventually see it.
I don't care. Because sometimes the time is already gone.
Do you all see my face?
There is a window in which seeing it and acting might make sense. And so if you, at a certain point, it's like that window is closed.
Wow.
Do you realize that in the time that you might see or identify a problem and you try to get that problem addressed, other things are going on, the problem might actually get worse. So in not addressing it, that window in which you could have addressed it and prevented dire consequences from occurring is already gone. The ship has sailed. Why would anybody care after that window of opportunity is passed? I don't do that. So
because I get you, but maybe. Wow.
Sometimes it's too late to solve the problem for attention. And that's really what it is. So.
Wow. Now I understand why most people end up going their separate ways, etc., because it's a little too late. The song was correct. Well. We know problems have solutions, but not all problems seem like they can be solved or will be solved. As we said, most people say, I love you from over here. You can stay over there. So. Folks, I hope we deal with our problems immediately.
I don't have any problems. I don't have to deal with any. Not that anyway. That's fine. I'm at peace. Awesome.
Okay, so folks, stay in peace. Deal with situations as they come to you. Remember, there are many ways to solve it, including a mediator. And we don't have any problems to solve right now, but we'll take a short break and we'll come back after this, so stay tuned. Many items have different names depending on where you live in the world. In this segment of It's Hump Day, we will be reviewing some of those items. So join in the fun and let us know in the comments what you call these items. Guys, how has your hump day been going? Are we helping you to get over that hump? Let us know in the comments. Air Force Ones.
Sneakers, slippers.
When I first moved here, there was a name Slappers. So that's for the flip-flop, right? Because I know those are slippers in GT. But yeah, in Guyana, we call these boots.
Boots.
Yeah, boots. So boots, Air Force Ones, sneakers. No boots there. So we'd be saying the wrong thing over there.
Not wrong, it's just according to your...
Boy. Well, all dialect.
Come from.
Yeah. Running shoes, kicks, tennis shoes, trainers, sneakers. Okay. Fair enough. You girl, go man, clean your boots. Imagine when we wore white sneakers, Jamie, religiously every day I had to wash my laces and clean my sneakers. I don't know how those sneakers managed to last for the entire school year. Because those suckers were washed inside out, huh? Didn't lose out. Wow. Those things were made good there. It wasn't ever last. It did last, you know. I just outgrew the shoe. Firefly. No other name but a firefly.
And we're waiting with bated breath for the answer.
Yeah.
I was going to say what you said.
Yeah. We don't have a next name for this.
No, you might be surprised.
I'm waiting, yeah, exactly. So I'm waiting to see what names. Lightning bug. Well, I've heard of lightning bug, but we call it firefly straight up. Firebugs, candle flies, lamp bugs. Okay. I could have only said firefly. But I've heard of lightning bugs. Oh, nice. Lamp bugs. Okay, next time I see one, I'll say, look, a lamp bug. Wow.
What do you call this?
Soda. Or in Guyana, sweet drinks.
We've got cola.
The soda, cola, sweet drinks.
We've got soft drinks, definitely
soft drinks. Cola, soft drink, soda. I don't know, just drinks, y'all. Just drinks. Oh, soda, pop, tonic, Coke, soft drink. Could we say iced tea? Because I think the Lipton look like it's iced tea. Wow. Okay. Club sandwich, sub. Oh. Got any other name?
Nope.
No. A club sandwich or a sub. Those are the only two I have. I don't have any more. Oh, a hoagie, a sub, a wedge, a grinder, a hero. Okay.
Save us. Please.
Ah.
All right, what do you call those? Pancakes.
Flapjacks. Hotcakes. The flapjacks, pancakes, hotcakes. That's it. Pancakes, flapjack, hotcakes, griddle cakes. That's the name I was trying to remember. Griddle cake. Yeah. Yeah, but I know there was 3. Fountain. Nothing else. There's a fountain. Water fountain, drinking fountain, bubbler, tap. You got? Okay. You just said fountain. Well, I just said fountain.
It's a roundabout.
Roundabout, that's
Intersection. Junction.
Okay, you Roundabout, traffic circle, road circle, rotary. Rotary?
Road circle.
Road and traffic circle. Okay, so today when I go around that
A road circle.
roundabout, I will say it's a rotary. The road circle, traffic circle. Wow. Okay. Guys, tell us what you call these. Sprinkles. That's all I know them to be.
Toppings.
Jimmy's, sprinkles, Hagelslag, hailstorm. Okay. I wonder if Hagelslag is German. Just sprinkles. Shrinkles. Shrinkle. Straight up shopping cart.
Yep.
Nothing else. Trolley, yes, trolley. Not trolley. The shopping cart, trolley, buggy. Somebody in the UK might call it buggy. And trundler. That's the first time I heard that name. But I've heard all the other three. Lollipop. Sucker. Yeah, those are the only two. Sweetie.
Anyway,
The local thing, sweetie.
maybe that.
Yeah. The lollipop, lolly, sucker, sticky pop. Oh my god, I forgot lolly. Yeah, so we got lollipop and sucker. Lolly and sticky pop. Sticky pop though. Anyways, it gets sticky.
Loaf or that?
Slice? Piece of bread?
The end? I have no idea. The end?
The knob?
No idea.
No clue. Heel and you got it. Cross butt? Ooh. Okay. Here's me saying slice and all kind of thing, piece of bread. Okay. So it's the end, it's the butt, it's the crust, it's the heel of the loaf of bread.
Trash can.
Garbage bin.
Garbage pail. Garbage, generally.
Let's throw it all out.
Can we?
Dustbin. Garbage can, trash can, rubbish. Yeah, as you said, garbage overall. Yeah. Garbage can, garbage bin. What's it? Pothole. Swimming pool.
Sinkhole, a crater, or maybe not a sinkhole, but
Crater? Okay, crater.
don't know.
So we say pothole, we say crater. I said a swimming pool because that's the fun we make of them when they're extremely big. Okay, that's it.
Raise taxes.
Pothole, chug hole, chuck hole. Okay. Got one. Pothole.
Reason why taxes are raised.
Wow. Goosebumps.
Or goose pimples.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Or being cold.
Duck bumps. Okay. Well, the rest of the quack. Not, but yeah.
Yeah, duck bumps.
Perhaps they resemble the duck in some shape or form.
No, I want to. Anyways, no, I'm not going to say that.
Alrighty, so we'll be back in a moment. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
An exotic experience.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
Dreamy Decor specializes in flowers for all events, from birthdays to weddings and any other special occasion. What's a better way to express to the people you love than by providing the finest selection of beautiful flowers and gifts? So when you think of flowers, think of us, Dreamy Decor.
Yo, this is your boy Smiley of the Grandmasters Band, and you're watching GMSKN. Hey, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, just make sure you're watching GMSKN. What up?
Yo, what up? It's your boy and Richie right here at Studio 327. I'm here to give you the promo that you guys need, because this is something special for St. Kitts. I'm telling you, tune in to Good Morning SKN, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on YouTube, Facebook, and on Moment Channel 4. Also, I realize nobody else is doing this. Follow the Good Morning SKN Instagram at Good Morning SKN, and the Studio 327 Inc. Instagram. Follow us on YouTube and Facebook. This is pretty long, but follow us, and yeah.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. Adequate sleep is an essential aspect of good health. However, how much sleep is enough sleep? Here's what Dr. Jen Gunter has to say about that.
And when we can't sleep, we're desperate for help. But lately, our fascination with sleep feels as if it's taken on an urgency. Do a quick internet search for sleep, and you'll find a slew of articles about how to make your sleep perfect. New gadgets, fancy alarm clocks, stay away from blue light. There are lots of services, products, and advice columns that tell us we're sleeping wrong. Not enough, not quality sleep, wrong position. Even worse, you might find scary messaging claiming that if you're not sleeping right, your life is going to be shorter. You're going to get all kinds of diseases. One of the biggest worries we have about our sleep is that we're not getting enough, and that anything less than 7 hours a night means that we're doomed to bad health. Everything from high blood pressure to Alzheimer's disease. But there are two flaws with this kind of messaging. The first flaw is that it's not completely accurate. 7 to 8 hours of sleep, while recommended for adults, is just an average. And while messages have to be simplified for health communication to the public, sometimes important nuances get lost. So yes, It's true that not getting enough sleep in the long term is associated with health problems like cardiovascular disease, diabetes, and depression, but fixating solely on 7 to 8 hours ignores the fact that there's a range of sleep that people need. The duration of a good night's sleep can be different for different people. Some adults need 8, but some are just fine on 6. The second flaw with this kind of doomsday messaging is that it can be counterproductive, especially for people who do have trouble sleeping. For instance, in 2019, it was estimated that 21% of adults in the US were wearing sleep tracking devices, and that number's probably growing. And I get it. It's fascinating to see how much sleep you've gotten each night and to know what part of your night was spent in deep sleep or dreaming. But having all of that sleep data is causing some people to become obsessed with it. So much so that it's leading to a condition some call orthosomnia, a preoccupation with the constant need to achieve perfect sleep. And this condition, ironically, is causing more sleep problems. Now, orthosomnia might be an extreme example, but the anxiety of not getting enough sleep is keeping some of us up at night. So here's what some experts are saying. Stop fixating on the number, because that can lead to unrealistic expectations of sleep. According to Dr. Colleen Carney, a psychologist and the head of the Ryerson University Sleep Lab, the basic questions you should ask yourself are, do I feel reasonably well rested during the day? Do I generally sleep through the night without disturbances? Or if I wake, do I fall back asleep easily? Can I stay awake through the day without involuntarily falling asleep? If your answers are yes to all 3, you probably don't need to worry about your sleep. And if you're struggling with your sleep, instead of buying expensive blue light filters or fancy sleep trackers, try talking with your doctor to make sure there aren't any medical conditions that need to be explored first. Then, try evidence-based recommendations laid out by the American Academy of Sleep Medicine. What's really cool is that there's a highly effective therapy called Cognitive Behavioral Therapy for Insomnia, or CBTI. It doesn't have any medications involved.
So do you measure your sleep at night?
Hardly.
I find when I look at my alarm, most nights, although I put it on one time in the week, I see almost every night is like 5 hours and 45 minutes. And sometimes it gets me anxious because I'm like, by the time I put my head down, I have to wake up again. But I guess it works for me. But I can't guarantee that I stay up most times during the day. I do have to take a nap and then I get back to life again. Because then I feel exhausted. Yeah. But I do, research that I looked for did say that constantly having the same amount of sleep, be it 5 or 4 hours every single day, can lead to some form of sleep deprivation. And as she mentioned, varying diseases that we have.
All right. Interesting.
How many hours of sleep do you think you would need to feel good about the sleep you had?
I don't know. Can I sleep right now? I'll tell you when I get up.
No. And I know some people who cannot sleep at all. And they are depressed about it because it's like they have serious insomnia. No matter what they take, melatonin, nothing to help them sleep. They cannot sleep because their mind is still running. So she might say that the blue lights and all the other things that people say don't affect us, but for some people it does affect us. Because if I watch a late night movie and I go to sleep, all I'm seeing is the movie, the light, everything. That's why I don't like lights. When I'm sleeping, it has to be pitch black. I even have darker curtains just to kill the extra light that may try to sneak in the window. Because I have to make sure my sleeping conditions are right. And my fan on high and me cover up under something to keep me warm and cozy.
Yeah. Interesting. I don't know. Well, yeah, very interesting. All right. You mentioned the blue light. I know that there are devices, I think I mentioned this last week, that have that setting that you can change. So you can sleep better at night if you're using your device. You turn that indicator on and that's out the blue light.
Have you ever tracked your sleep? I tried, but I failed.
No, I've never done it.
I tried to use the device when I woke up in the morning. It recorded absolutely nothing. I guess I turned on it and turned it off because it was a watch. Trouble sleeping. Not necessarily, but I've had those spells where you just cannot fall asleep. No matter what you do, you just cannot fall asleep. Even taking a little dash of something that you think is going to help you fall asleep, and that dash just wakes you up further. I know I can drink coffee and go right to sleep. That doesn't faze me. I know most people struggle with drinking caffeine at night. Not me.
You figure, I don't know if we've ever had conversations about sleep, but talking about sleep deprivation, you could probably just go to sleep and you don't worry about a thing.
Yeah, if that's
and
the
the time that
case.
it would take you to talk about sleep. Take a nap, right?
So you want to take a nap now?
I do. I would love to.
No napping during working hours. So no napping at all. Wow. What about trouble sleeping? I explained my trouble sleeping. Have you? No?
It depends on what I have to do. Sometimes the task could either excite you or deflate you. So if you think about what you have to get up to do, you might be enthusiastic about it and you can't sleep because it gets you really excited. On the other hand, yeah, you might never know what you're going to open the door to, and therefore, yeah, you might be up all night thinking about it with dread.
University.
What about it?
How much sleep do you get there? Are you ever sleep deprived while in school?
Naturally, it comes with the territory.
Wow.
Do your best to make sure that you sleep well, though, as often as you can. But there are those times when you do have to. I wouldn't say put in all-nighters because I really don't like them, but you get pretty close to 4 and 5 hours of sleep when you have to complete tasks. Or you take 2 hours and then you get back up and you work for another 4, or 5, and those sorts of things.
Have you ever pulled that all-nighter and managed to basically function?
They're not effective for me, and I know that a lot of people say they're not effective. Some people think they are because they think they're spending the time doing it. For me, it's not. I prefer to sleep because I get to rejuvenate.
Okay, focus better in class. Wow. I saw Bill Gates said 7 hours of sleep works for him. I think Mark Zuckerberg tried to take between 7 and 9. So I don't know how early he goes to sleep at night, but he wakes up at 6. Is it 6? No, it's 6:45 or 6:30 every morning. First thing he does, he reads his Wall Street Journal or something else. Yeah, but that's how he sleeps. But as experts say, as we get older, our sleep patterns change, and that is funny because I know some elderly people that just sleep for like 3 hours.
Yeah,
and they're up again. Wow, so that's like babysit. It's really once a man, twice a child. When I look at stuff like that, because imagine a young baby every 3 hours, 2 hours they upwind, and then for the person that's now in their elderly stage, it's like 3 hours break, and then you just nap various times during the day. Wow.
Yeah, or you can go to sleep, not between the hours of 8 and 10, right? Just saying.
8 and 10 when though?
Mondays to Fridays.
In the AM.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because remember we have 2 8 to 10s.
Yeah.
So you got to make sure because
and as we talk about sleep, we're not going to have a soporific effect, right? We're not going to have you guys want to
do
go to sleep.
not fall asleep. Stay awake. Remember, you're at work. We do not.
Oh, the irony.
You're supposed to be awake. Why are you falling asleep? No. No. Yeah, it's tiring around these parts, but.
Well, it's about to end right now. We'll be back in a moment with more GM SKN. Stay tuned.
What will it take to grab the attention of someone with the power to make your dream come true? 7 hopeful entrepreneurs in search of the finances necessary to take their ideas to the next level.
This is their lives, right? This is their business.
4 savvy business owners ready to make a pragmatic investment.
You can't help people if you can't help yourself. First, you make the dollar and you give the dollar.
Why you take your business offline?
I really feel that you need to do a little bit more research.
Very knowledgeable. Super knowledgeable.
You have a great idea and a great concept. I think you'd be snapped up by Disney.
If you have a job someplace, it means that if something is not working, you can walk away.
Who will invest?
Let's do this. Let's do this.
Thank you. And who will be sent home with nothing? I am your host, Kevin Hope.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom. No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
Yeah.
An exotic experience.
Dreamy Decor specializes in flowers for all events, from birthdays to weddings and any other special occasion. What's a better way to express to the people you love than by providing the finest selection of beautiful flowers and gifts? So when you think of flowers, think of us, Dreamy Decor.
Good morning, SKN. Wagwan. Yo, it's Bensley Lad coming to you live from Jamaica. You see it already. See me, I say Caribbean people stand up and I love this. This show is very important. You understand me? Yeah, man. Studio 327. Bensley Lad, it's a big up. See me, I say. I'm the whole innocent crew. Yeah, man. More love.
Good morning, SKN. This is Lyrical. I just want to say blessings to you. There are a happy place in the life every living day. A happy place in the life every living day. Cause them at a happy place in the life. And they can't change. And they just come out here to do right. So whether day or night, they will never ever change. Blessings, blessings, and blessings.
Good morning. This is Karen of Paris and support from Paris Lamont. And we want to encourage y'all to sign on to Good Morning SKN every morning from 8 to 10 at Studio 327. Thanks.
Yo, this is your boy Smiley of the Grandmasters Band and you're watching GMSKN. Hey, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, just make sure you're watching GMSKN. What up?
On this segment of Real Talk, we will be discussing the question, should religion be taught in schools? Jamie, what do you think about this?
That's up in the air.
Wow. Well, I know we came up with General Assemblies, and as I was telling the ladies during the break, I look forward to getting my little testament when the Gideons came, because you got your testament, you put your name in your testament, and you have it in the front pocket. Well, specific, most of us had ours. Me and some of my friends in the front pocket of our bag. So when it was devotions time, we went in our pocket, we got our stuff. I generally enjoyed devotion in class, and I love General Assembly. Something about it. Even though it was the hot sun, I enjoyed General Assembly. Yeah.
Okay. All right, well, if you're talking about religion in a multicultural society, what religion are you going to teach? Are you going to teach religion generally, or are you going to filter it down to focus on one that represents the majority of the people in your society? Or are you going to incorporate other religions from around the world? How are you going to do it? Because that's the question.
Well, as I would say, this is my view. I find that it is one side, because we don't teach other religions. I don't want to say we're not given a choice, but most of us believe in God, the creator of the universe, etc., etc., and that God could be different things for different people. But I had the opportunity to be born in Guyana, so we had Muslims, we had Hindus, we had whatever, but we didn't cater for them. It was just straight God, the one God that we were taught, that our ancestors were taught. It was just straight. So the children weren't penalized if they didn't want to participate, but they had to be mannerly while they stood there. So they don't have to do what we are doing, but they have to be at least be part of it. So they weren't allowed to be left in the class or anything like that. No. You come, you stand up, you just don't have to participate because it's not your religion per se.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so is there a benefit to teaching religious education in school? We have civics, religious education. Some schools do religious education. Some schools have General Assembly. I really don't know.
But I think
church, you've got school, you've got different systems. Do they need to converge at all points? Maybe, maybe not. And that depends on a lot of variables. And some people might think it's okay, it's par for the course, and other people might think it's offensive. So I really don't know. I guess you guys can say what you think if you care to.
Yeah. I wouldn't say, I would think, right? When we are educated, we act better, we respond to things better. So I would advocate for them to teach a religious class, like it be a subject, so that everybody can understand each other's perspective on their religion. You don't have to buy it, but at least you know why that person kneels down and put their head to the ground and they pray, because you understand it. So I just think that religious studies should be part of the school curriculum, so everybody can be respectful of each other. That way we can all have a better world. Because I understand you. I'm not going to say, oh, because you're a Muslim, I expect you to blow up something. That's not right. We can't class everybody like that. Some people are radicals, some are not. So through education, I think we have a better understanding of ourselves in our own religion, and therefore that of others. Well, that's what I would personally hope. Yeah. This says that religion can increase knowledge of global affairs and provide opportunities to promote spiritual development, as I said. Because even with the monks, you go to the mountains to understand how they can do it, how they can fast, how they can stay up there, how they can be at peace. Nothing in the world bothers them. I know folks that have gone to Tibet to hang with the Tibetan monks and try to understand how they do what. They came back with a different perspective, but as soon as reality like snapped in, you wonder, isn't this the person that went to Tibet and they're supposed to be calm? But they didn't deal with the situations as well as they thought they would have. But I wonder though, the monks are up there all the time amongst themselves with like-minded people. They don't have to, I wonder how often they come out and deal with regular people. I would love to know if they can still maintain their peace. Yeah.
All right, so other negative consequences or negative effects to religious education? What are the negative effects that you could possibly get to religious education, other than what I mentioned, which is effectively limiting the extent of the religions that are covered, or the types of religions that are covered in your curriculum. And again, who are you going to trust to write that curriculum if we talk about introducing it in schools? Who's versed in these other religions to do that to an extent that we can effectively represent what those religions are about, short of a Google search or something? I don't know. It's just...
Well, every religion has their Bible, right? And they call them different names. So somebody would have written their statutes, the things they should live by, etc., etc. So I think maybe those devices can be incorporated with the teaching. And we should actually have somebody that actually study religious teachings to teach, and not just somebody who think that they know what they know. Because as I said, once we are educated on each other's religion, we'll have a better understanding. We won't discriminate, because one of the Hindu gods, I don't want to call the wrong name, it has 8 arms. And you would wonder, why does that god look like a spider? Somebody might make fun and say, oh, your god looks like a spider. Nobody worships a spider. And my god look like this. But then people can say, oh, your god is white. And then what happens to the person that does not believe in that image that we know? So it just breeds a lot of contention. So we really need, I think it should be taught so that we can get a clear understanding, or the clearest understanding we can get of each other's religions, their ideologies, and their practices.
Might be taught incidentally anyway in the curriculum. Social studies might cover it. When I did history, we covered certain other religions of ancient origin. So it is what it is. Ancient civilizations that no longer exist, for instance.
Yeah.
We got into what their practices were and a little glimpse of wine.
Yeah.
And they did that.
Mayans,
but,
etc., etc.
Yeah. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. It really basket.
I remember when I did my social studies exam, and I think I shared a story with you already, when I ended up writing Muslim instead of Islam, because I couldn't remember. Yeah, but at least because of what I knew and because of what I came from, because of the research I did, as I said, that my social studies, I ended up getting a grade 1. There's me thinking, boy, this is not a grade 1 because I wrote the wrong thing, but at least I knew, so I can expound, I can write, and obviously the person that read my paper can relate and understood what I was trying to say when it came to religion. But as you said, social studies might be the closest thing to religion. Morning assembly or morning devotion in your school and class might be the closest thing you get to being taught religion. And then we look around the world, and then we hear some persons of a certain faith did something bad, and then we think all of them are the same, when everybody, no 2 persons are alike. So we have to be respectful of each other. And as we said, judge not, lest ye be judged. So let's be kind. I think religion is something to be considered, because if you look at the US is based on a foundation of God, but now they're slowly asking that it be dragged out of the school or pulled out of the school. They don't want it to be taught anymore. So it's necessary, because when there is no foundation, everything crumbles. So educational administrators, I for one advocate that it is taught so that we can bridge gaps, we can prevent conflicts in school, we can have our students respect each other's rights, beliefs, etc., etc. So yeah, I am for religious studies to be taught in school. Anything to add?
I'm for commercial. We'll be back in a moment. Stay tuned.
no cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
What will it take to grab the attention of someone with the power to make your dream come true? 7 hopeful entrepreneurs in search of the finances necessary to take their ideas to the next level.
This is their lives, right? This is their business.
4 savvy business owners ready to make a pragmatic investment.
You can't help people if you can't help yourself. First you make the dollar and you give the dollar.
Why you take your business offline?
I really feel that you need to do a little bit more research.
Very knowledgeable. Super knowledgeable.
You have a great idea and a great concept. I think you'd be snapped up by Disney.
If you have a job someplace, it means that if something is not working, you can walk away.
Who will invest?
Let's do this. Let's do this.
Thank you. And who will be sent home with nothing? I am your host, Kevin Hope.
Yo, what up? It's your boy N Richie right here at Studio 327. I'm here to give you the promo that you guys need because this is something special for St. Kitts. I'm telling you, tune in to Good Morning SKN, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on YouTube, Facebook, and on Moment Channel 4. Also, I realize nobody else is doing this. Follow the Good Morning SKN Instagram at Good Morning SKN and the Studio 327 Inc. Instagram. Follow us on YouTube and Facebook. This is pretty long, but follow us and yeah.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. It's time to let you know what's happening. First on the list, the iFlamboyant Fashion Show is taking place this Sunday, April 2nd, and at the St. Kitts Marriott Resort at 5 p.m. 9 designers will be showcasing their pieces. They are Von Anslin, Dale Original Art and Style, El Couture by Leslie, Crochet by Pink, Riff Raff Designs, Sassy V Collectibles, Julien's Doterre, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly, Kiwi Dan, and Judith Rollins Paul. Tickets are $150 EC dollars and $170 EC dollars at the door, so you don't want to miss the opportunity to save $20 by getting your tickets in advance, and they can be purchased from Corks and Screws, Harper's Office Depot, and Inc. and Skin, Body Piercing, and Swag and Sway.
SKN Moves Nevis chapter and the Nevis Aquatic and Sailing Center is hosting its Aqua Fanathlon event on Saturday, the 15th April 2023. The event starts at 9 a.m. at the Nevis Aquatic and Sailing Center, Awali Bay, Nevis. Registration fee is $20 for children between the ages of 8 to 13 years. Children must be able to swim to register. Teams of 2 children will compete in swimming, kayaking, and running. Light refreshments also will be served. So register early, as limited spaces available. So register online at Nevis Aquatic and Sailing Center.com.
All right, there's something else happening. The Department of Agriculture is hosting its Easter Night Market on Wednesday, April 5th at the Bastille Public Market from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Registration forms are available at the Ministry of Agriculture, 3rd floor, Government Headquarters, the Department of Agriculture, the GREET, and the Bastille Public Market. For additional details, contact 467-1016 or email moa@gov.ca.
the Lake Health and Wellbeing has announced another set of workshops taking place as part of their Empower Her project, Navigating the Digital World. It consists of 2 workshops, and it will be facilitated by IT expert and programmer Keisha Archibald. The first Navigating the Digital World workshop will take place this Thursday, March 30th, and the second on Thursday, so 2 Thursdays back-to-back, April 6th. Both workshops will run from 6 to 8 p.m. and will be held at the Computer Lab at the Clarence Fitzroy Bryant College in St. Kitts. The workshops are entirely free to attend, so send an email to events@lakehealthandwellbeing.com or call 765-8702 to register for all the workshops announced.
Parade Jolie is hosting its 3rd annual Easter egg hunt under the theme Easter Wonderland on Sunday, April 9th. Join in on the fun at the Shadwell Great House starting at 1 p.m. The event includes fun prizes, surprises, eggs, and an Easter bunny. Refreshments will be on sale as well. Contact 661-9690 for more information. And that's all for what's happening, and we are at the end of today's show, but we do thank you for joining us for another edition of GMSKN. Of course, we're inviting you to visit our website at www.studio327inc.com and also to follow us on our social media platforms, including Facebook and YouTube at Studio 327 Inc. We're also on Instagram at Studio 327 Inc. and again at Good Morning SKN. That's the Instagram page dedicated to Good Morning SKN. So like, subscribe, follow, share. Let us know that you're there.
And leave us a comment and let us know what was your favorite part of today's show. And see you tomorrow, Thursday at 8 a.m. when you will start your morning with us right here at Good Morning SKN. As I say every day, thanks for watching. Be kind to someone. Spread a little love. Have a great day and see you tomorrow.